Good morning, Year 9. Today we're going to be doing the area of a semicircle and a quarter circle. So I thought I'd make a short little video just about how that is different from working out the area of a whole circle, and also covering a little bit about compound shapes. To start with, we have a question like this where it says, shown is a semicircle, and it's a semicircle with a radius of 6 centimeters. It says, work out the area, state the units of your answer. So again, the units are just the length stated, so our units in this question will be centimeters. So we start out with the area of a circle formula, which as we know is pi times r squared, remembering to do the radius squared first. So here we'd do 6 times 6, which gives us 36, and then 36 times by pi, which gives us roughly, to 2 decimal places, I can find my mouse pad, 113.1, as it was 0.97, so we round it to 1. So here what we've done so far is we've found out the area of the whole of this circle, but it only wants us to find the area of half the circle. So we have to halve our answer. So we do 113.1 divided by 2. Gives us 56.56 centimeters squared, remembering to state our units. Now the reason why this 113.1 that I've said here has gone to 6.56 is because it wasn't exactly 0.1. As I said, it was 0.097 and so on, and I left that total up to, I think it was roughly like 6 decimal places in my calculator so that I could get a more accurate answer when I put my answer here. So even though I've rounded it here, it doesn't mean that I round it when I do my calculations. I still leave it as the whole number. Okay, so moving on. Different question here. Here we've been given a quarter of a circle. We can tell it's a quarter of a circle because this is a right angle, and 90 degrees is a quarter of 360, which is the amount of degrees at the center of a circle. So again, we do pi r squared. Again, that will be 6 centimeters. So we'll do 6 times 6, which will give us 36. 36 times by pi, which again will give us 113.1 centimeters squared. But again, we've figured out the area of the whole of this circle. So because it's a quarter circle, we have to divide it by 4. So we'll do 113.1 divided by 4 to give us 28.27. So 28.27 centimeters squared. So that's the only difference really between finding a semicircle and a quarter circle as opposed to finding a whole circle. If it's a half a circle, we have to halve it or divide it by 2. And if it's a quarter circle, we have to divide it by 4 to find a quarter of the circle, so a quarter of the area of that circle. Next up, I want to quickly run through a compound shape. And a compound shape is just a shape made up of more than one shape. So this one is made up of a rectangle and a semicircle. It says calculate the area of the shape. Well, first thing I'd do, this question's already done it for us, but it's split it into 2 shapes. So we split this into 2. Well, I can tell straight away that this rectangle has remembering our perpendicular height and length. So there's our height. There's our length or width, it doesn't really matter. So our width will be 4 and our height will be 11. So to start off with, we do 4 times 11 gives us 44 centimeters squared. So I'm going to label the area of this rectangle as 44 centimeters squared. Now this semicircle, it isn't clear straight away how we find, because in order to find the area of that semicircle, we're going to need the radius. But if we look below here, the base of this semicircle here must be the same length as the base of this rectangle. So this, the diameter of the circle, must be 4 centimeters. Well, that means that the radius must be 2 centimeters because the radius is always half of the diameter. So we'll do 2 squared, which equals 4, and then find 4 pi, gives us 12.57. So that's 12.57 centimeters squared, but that is the area of the whole circle, so we then have to divide that by 2. So 12.57 centimeters squared divided by 2, I'm going to put my answer below, gives us 6.28 centimeters squared. So we found our area of the semicircle, and that's meant to be 44, our area of the rectangle. So next all we need to do is add them together. So we'll do 44 add 6.28 gives us 50.28. So the area of that entire compound shape is 50.28 centimeters squared. Okay, thank you for watching the video. Make sure you complete all the tasks that are set on Show My Homework. If you have any issues, can you please email me, or alternatively, if you would rather speak to me in person, we will have a drop-in session later in the week at some point, probably 2. I have no problem if you want to come with one of the questions from today into one of those drop-in sessions, not an issue, but if you want to know the answer quicker, drop me an email and I'll definitely send something back over for you. Anyway, good luck, Year 9.